certainly.
What should I say?
And as this room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on, Cowboy Nation. As they say, Cowboys' best available free agents options, plus more updates. Yup. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a late night groove from yours truly? Law Nation Sports. Let's continue to grind and shine, baby. More and more. More and more. Come on with it. Yo. Come on. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good evening. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. No San Fran audio over here, baby. Come on with it. 5. Come on with it. 4. 3. 2. And I'm telling you. And 1. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation's Grove? What's good, man? All right. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you. CJ and Nim, I see you, fam. Antoine, yeah. What's good with y'all? And as well as Lola, whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. What's up, everybody, man? All right, so the news is already out that the Cowboys, a few players have changed numbers. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the situation, the new additions, Dante Fowler will be rocking number 3. Kyer Elam will be rocking number 20. Y'all can let me know whether or not his dad wore number 20 when he was here. I'm thinking that his dad wore number 20 when he was here. So he's a bloodline guy, by the way. You know, Mouse, not Moreau or Garrett, but Sanders will be wearing 27. Yeah, and Javonte Williams will be wearing 33.
It's an evil world we live in.
How they going to do Tony Dorsett like that? You know, you can put it on the defensive side at least. Come on with it. Hey, Javonte. Boy, there's some big old shoes, boy. Sheesh, there's some big old shoes. Jack Sanborn, 57. Kenneth Murray, 59. Only time I can think of a number 59 is it what Anthony Hitchens? Did Hitchens wear 59? Well, the other kid, Damian Wilson. But whatever, you know. I don't know. Hopefully he can rock 59 good. Robert Jones, 65. Parrish, not London, but Campbell, number 80. And Solomon Thomas, number 90. Boy, they gave that D-Law jersey number away real quick, didn't they?
Take the money out!
Peyton Turner, 98. And they got some other additions like Wanye and them will be wearing number 2. Will Greer will be wearing number 15. Buddy Johnson will be wearing 23. And who else I left off of this list? Dakota Shepley will be wearing or rocking number 60 3. Those are all of the numbers there. Cowboy Nation, and to think of it, this way, you still got to rock the numbers. You know what I mean? You still got to represent the numbers from where you are. I can always remember my numbers. High school, 14, 24, So 14 and 24, those are my favorite numbers. So when I be like, hey, who that 24 is, But shout out to 24. Dad wore 28 and 24. Okay, all right, cool. So 14 and 24, my numbers are 24, 14. However, it goes from there. 1-8, number 2 is nasty. You can't have number 2 and be on the bench. So come on, man.
It's an evil world we live in.
1-8 gonna be a starter then, ain't that right? He got to be a starter. You can't be sitting on the bench like that. They shouldn't allow you to do that. But these are the best available players. Appreciate everybody for rocking with the nation. Amari Cooper, Ashanti, got a man at home, Samuels, Stephon Diggs, okay? Ariz Ojulari is now signed with the Eagles, so this is a little dated, okay? He signed with the Eagles. The Fowler, he signed already. Shoot, this is an older list. My bad. But Charles Omenihu, NFL is a little bit behind, but I'm gonna correct the Rex. J.K. Dobbins, Zadarius, Justin Simmons, and Stephon Gilmore. So a few of those guys are already signed with the Cowboys.
Here's the menu.
But here's let me know if y'all can hear audio.
Right now, to improve your team. A lot of guys with a lot of production there. Now, some of them later on in their career, and some of them got some injury concerns and whatnot. Some of them even played for the Cowboys. You look down there, Stephon Gilmore. So, Jane, having said that, don't forget to visit NFL.com Top 100.
They're a little bit behind.
Greg Rosenthal's best remaining free agents. Jane, what do the Cowboys do with that list? Where do they order off of that menu there?
You know what, selfishly, and this is a lot of bias here, I love Charles Omenihu. He's from my hometown of Rowlett. I know he's wanted to come to Dallas before. Edge guy, obviously played with Kansas City Chiefs. He was injured, but I have no news that they have been calling him. There are some interesting guys on there. Amari Cooper, I know a lot of people would love to see him come back to Dallas. I don't see that happening. So we'll see what Cowboys are doing. They said that they're going to be selectively aggressive, and they have tried to take care of their own. I just tweeted out, thank you, David Cantor. Safety is Israel Mukwamu is coming back on a 1-year deal. The terms of that still undisclosed. But that's
$2.
the guy that they are returning to service here in Dallas. So they've been shoring up some of these corners, some of the back half. It seems like Matt Eberflus is having a lot of say here. He's going and making sure that they're bulking up that defensive line. And as we've talked about this week, you really have to when you consider what the Commanders have done and the Eagles have done on offense. This is just a way of really kind of making sure they're molding and shaping this group to be a roster that Matt Eberflus wants to mold really in the.
Speaking of molding, how do y'all feel about, Matt Eberflus right now with his full control of selecting these particular players? Like, when we look at it from one end, we can say, okay, we know the Cowboys got an open concept. And the open concept, the name of the title on the thumbnail here, is necessary because, modern homes, for example, have this open concept, meaning that you can see everything all at once. So you can see the kitchen, you can see the living room, the dining room, as well as other parts in the areas of your house when you have an open concept. Now, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, some parts of the 90s, that was frowned upon. You want to have your section off rooms, and everybody remember that one room that grandma had that with the plastic couches and everything, you couldn't go in there. You couldn't go in there when you was a certain age, right? You could look off in there, but you couldn't step inside that room. That was more of a closed concept, meaning that they hide some of their intentions, meaning that there are some rooms that you can't partake in due to the simple fact That's just how it goes. And you don't know why you get your ass whooped when you go in that room, but if you find out real quickly when you go in that room. But what I'm getting at is with the Cowboys, we have an open concept, meaning that if we about to draft a wide receiver, we'll let everybody know. If we going to draft a quarterback in this draft, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac and Biggie know. But we're going to finish this off when I play some of that audio, but be sure we got an open concept.
Of what his defense is going to look like.
Yep, and listen, everything's coming up, Canner and Mugrabi, the agents we're talking about, because they had Rico Dowdle, who signed with the Carolina Panthers after being with the Cowboys the last couple of years. Here, a one-year deal worth up to $6.25 million. The Cowboys did sign Javonte Williams, but what's the plan in the backfield overall to replace Dowdle and move forward, Jane?
I still can't make sense of this one, I'll be honest. This is a guy that was an undrafted undrafted rookie for you. He'd been here for 4 years. He had less than 1,500 rushing yards in his career, so not a lot on the tires, 26 years old. Once they really got him going last year instead of this running back by committee thing, he ended up with over 1,000 yards and 4.6 yards per carry. I've asked around, and it sounds like the Cowboys didn't even make him an offer. Again, curious to me. They went out and got Javonte Williams, who I don't think he...
Let me get it up to speed. Also, we went and got Miles Sanders. So this is a little bit dated, but I just want to say this. Even though the Cowboys may have gotten Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, and they may say, okay, let me coach up Deuce Vaughn. Let me get Deuce Vaughn back into the system that I ran, right? And maybe he could be the element of surprise. Not to give y'all optimistic Kool-Aid, but it's just for what it is. And then you have Nate Pete. And let's not forget about Malik Davis, okay? So you got all of those running backs. Not everybody's going to make it. And if we are in the deepest class that we can think of in the last, 5 or 6 years, then you need to double dip in this particular draft. And I think that the Cowboys should, even though they shut down some of those thought tracks. Let me switch over to my guy from DLLS. Appreciate him. Let's listen to Jeff Cavanaugh, top 5.
Running backs in the 2025 NFL Draft for the Cowboys to target. Number 1 is Ashton Genty. Come on down. He's better than everyone else, and it's not close. He's incredible. Running back number 2 is Omarion Hampton out of North Carolina. He's a workhorse back that can catch the ball, can run the ball, has power, has some evasiveness, can make some big plays. Number 3 is Travion Henderson out of Ohio State.
The Ohio State, right? Just can't say Ohio State.
Makes a lot of big plays. You saw that in the college football playoff. He's got quickness. He's got speed. He's got big playability. Number 4 for me is Dylan Sampson at Tennessee, who was a workhorse for them. He's not a huge running back, but he maximizes absolutely every carry, sees everything well, has the speed you want. And number 5 is Quinshad Judkins, also from Ohio State, just like Travion Henderson. He's the hammer. He is the holy cow, get out of this dude's way, watch out sort of guy for Ohio State. That's your top 5 running backs. You can see all of our buddy Fran Duffy's rankings as well if you're signed up to be a diehard all DLLS.
Yeah. Y'all be a diehard over there, man. Appreciate all DLLS. So with that being said, it's too much good intentions with this particular team to just scurry and run away from running back. We got too many intentions to run the ball for us to say, you know what, we going to do it with Javonte. We gave him 33. He may, for all y'all know, be the next Tony Dorsett. You know, I know there's some people right now that's going to be watching saying, ooh, they done brought back childhood memories, you know. But you know, there's only one TD, you know. Yeah, those little mics, yeah, I'm making sure, but my mic is okay. Yeah, ice cold. Yeah, they hold the mic up to the face. I don't know. I just never picked on to that or caught on to that trend. Appreciate you, man, for the 20 stars. Stack, appreciate you. You're the first one to.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on!
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for the 20 stars. And I thank you for taking it all out for that particular purposes. All right, so with that being said, let me get to this process right here. There were things that was already leaked that the Cowboys are going to draft a certain thing, And let's listen to what they had to say about this.
I'm not going to say that Cooper Rush is not interesting, but when you've had the same backup, I feel like for 10 years or however long it's been, it's not that interesting. As soon as Cooper Rush went to the Baltimore Ravens, which I think is going to work for them, it doesn't really matter that his style is different to Lamar. I think he's really capable, good, solid backup. But once the Cowboys let him move on, it becomes really interesting to me because you obviously have Dak Prescott as the starter. He has a huge deal that he's under contract with for several years. But this, to me, says the Cowboys are going to go quarterback in the draft, and I wonder how high are they going to go, right? Like, I would be surprised at this point if they take a quarterback in the first round. I think everybody would. But what if it's someone like, I don't know, Quinn Ewers in the second round, right? A quarterback who's really talented, who they know well,
Dak.
right? Who might not have to play for a couple years, but in 3 years might end up.
Did he say second round? Hold on. Maybe my mind was kind of escaping me. Did he say second round? I shouldn't have to rewind, right? Did he say second round? Come on with it, man.
Someone who's certainly talented enough to be the starting quarterback. How high do they go, right? Because if you're going to wait to the 5th or 6th or 7th round, you don't know what kind of backup quarterback you're getting. And honestly, by then, they may all be gone. This, at least to me, means the Cowboys are considering taking one, if not Thursday, maybe on Friday. And then you're talking about some household names. And then you're talking about some really, really talented quarterbacks. And that, to me, is where it all gets fascinating for the Cowboys. So, yes, Cooper Rush going to the Baltimore Ravens is sort of like somewhat interesting. Where the Cowboys go next and how high they go next for quarterback,
I hope he's not
is
right.
be intriguing moving forward.
All right, so the quarterback thing, it's been reported by numerous reporters talking about, hey, man, the Cowboys drafted the quarterback, be prepared. But I would say this, there's no way that if I'm feeling like, hey, I just gave this quarterback $250 million for me to just go ahead and say to you all, let me draft another quarterback younger, like in the first round or the second round. No, look, where my guy at when I need him? Come on with it.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
At some point, the Cowboys got to evaluate their backup and be like, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to go into the free agency pool. We're going to go and grab a guy that we know that's been around the corner before. There's nothing wrong with bringing in a Jameson Winston, right? There's nothing wrong with, and then after, if Dak goes crazy and goes down or what have you, then you're going to pick up a veteran anyway. You're not going to start that rookie out there. And why would you use a early value of a draft pick for them to sit on the bench for 3 or 4 years? I get it. I get the concept. I look at Green Bay Packers and what they were able to do. But come on, man, that right there is still a stroke of luck, because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, it took coaching to get these boys going. It took all of those things to get these guys moving and grooving. So I just don't believe that the Cowboys should, that's the operative word, go and grab somebody that early in the draft. Let me know how y'all feel about that while we play the rest of this, because it's crazy to consider that, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy. Worse than Atlanta with Penix. I feel you. I'll take Milroe over Ewers. Yeah. But while we all here, man, let me hit you guys right quick with this. If the odor is not smelling great and you got this particular situation, let's just go ahead and make sure we cover it with one of our sponsors here on the show. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here, and they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go, and let's stay in control of your odor. I love it.
Let's go, man!
Yeah. Stay in control of your odor, man, and that's with Mando. And then people asking, "Hey, Law, you live late?" Yeah, you got to thank Mando for that. And and be sure to hit up Mando 72 hours on a clean body. I don't know how long it will last on a dirty body. So clean off and then put this on. And if you're trying to do the 72-hour thing, just let somebody know, man. let somebody know. This is what we want to do. If you purchase Mando, use promo code LAW, get 40% off. And when you get the package, shoot me a picture, and I'll run it back, and we'll put it on the site here. Hopefully, by the way, we can get this on the syndicated, and we'll be on Mando's national commercial. So yeah, we want those live feedback. So just shoot me a message saying, man, I got my package, I got my Mando in, and I'm going to just show you, your Mando products, and we'll see if we can get you on a syndicate commercial network or something like that. That would be nice, though. That would be flat out nice. I could be looking down and saying, look at Bobby King. He's on the front page of Mando now, or Lola, or Eddie and them. Appreciate y'all. But with that being said, Cowboy Nation, here are a few things that we got to go over one more time, and that there are your top free agent players. I had to take back some of the things that I seen out of Stephon Diggs. I wasn't aware of how far along as he is with his progress right now, and it's showing that he is running routes. He is able to move to point A to point B. So is that a valuable thing? I know we've been beating this up for a long time about getting another wide receiver, but I truly believe in the hearts of hearts that if this team really want to excel, we first and foremost need to do self-identity, look into the mirror, and say, is Jalen Tolbert really that dude? It was placebo Tolbert last year. Why, Law? Because CeeDee Lamb held out in training camp. For those who were there, when we were seeing Jalen Tolbert catching all of those balls one-on-one, we understand now. Like it was because of Carson. You know what I'm saying? It was because of the other guys that they had out there. There was really no true competition. But this year, I hope that they bring in true competition. And I'm not beating up Carson because Carson won sometime. But we know why. We know why Carson won. Why did he win? Because he won over Jalen Brooks. And I'm hating beating up these boys. But we need to have true competition out there. And, of course, we can look at Paris Campbell, Luke Campbell, and all of the Campbells. But we truly need a real tangible number two. Now, people are saying that Jonathan Mingo, we had a second-round grade on him, Cowboys. Well, we got him for a fourth-round draft pick. We will see whether or not that could be valuable in this situation. Okay, somebody said Tyler Lockett. Put a pin on that one. Put a pin on Tyler Lockett, that could be a very much so valuable thing. But $7.7 million, his production was right at there with Tolbert. I think Tolbert had a better production. That's the craziest thing. Angie states that Tolbert is a good prospect for number 3 wideout. Yeah. Number 3 wideout. So here's my thoughts on this. Just make sure we grab somebody in that category. Right? We shouldn't be scrambling and scraping for anything else. We should be able to have those things that's really good. Lockett is a washed-up Miles Austin 2.0, or Tavion Austin, huh? Now, Maximili, I saw that message you sent me about Elijah Moore, and let me see if I could pull up what he did. I know he scraped us one year, right? Did he play for? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, he played for the. He's only 24. He played for the Browns. Let's see what he did last season. He did Tyler Lockett numbers: 61 receptions, 538 yards right here. Not that button, but this button. Yeah, not that button, but. And he had 4 drops. Passer rating. when Target was 42, though. But we can't even name the damn quarterbacks for the Browns. They were out of it, right? So, I don't know, man. Elijah Moore, he's going to be a guy you line up inside, right? And he's going to be your short area quickness guy. So, I don't think that the Cowboys will be willing to look into that. They say, hey, we got Kevontae Turpin and we got Paris Campbell. My thing is we just need another big body wide receiver. Two guys that my dark horses right now would be Ryan Flournoy, right, and Mingo. Mingo is my two number one priorities if these guys can show us something in training camp. My dark horse is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Them two boys can change the complexity of it. I still think that the Cowboys still should go draft one. Dan 1995 says we are talking about Keenan Allen again. No, I think that ship done sailed. Yeah, man, Keenan. But shout out to Keenan Allen, man. We wanted him, but we can't get to him, right? That's just how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, all right. That's just how it goes. All right, so here's one other thing that I want to say. That the sweepstakes on Tet could be over with. According to Jordan Shorts, who first reported this, Arizona wide receiver and projected top pick T-Mac had his pro day today, where scouts were in attendance at him, and they saw him run a 4.48 40-yard dash. He's 6'4", 219 pounds. And they had over 24 NFL teams in attendance. We got a first super chat of the hour. Appreciate you so much for jumping in, Banks. I'm going to tell y'all that Tet McMillan, T-Mac, probably will not be there at 12. We're going to trade back a few spots and draft Matthew Golden. Book it. This is from Banks. Are you a hook'em? Are you a hook'em Longhorn? Riggs! I also heard that if a linebacker is there, the one that they really like, they're not going to move back too far off from him. Banks. But I appreciate you for your support. I really do appreciate your support. 48 cents, same as 40. Jerry Rice. Yeah. Reports came out that it was wrong. 4.52 was his fastest from Joseph. Let me see. I didn't get that report. Hold on. Let me snoop around. Bear with me. You know, these 40 times are important. McMillan 40 time. Okay. Yeah. If I was there in attendance, if I really wanted him, I'd say, yeah, man, he ran like a 4.6, really. Yeah. Think about this, though. Think about this. If I'm a billionaire and I really want him, a billionaire with a B, I go hire some smart, like, who's 25 or 27 years old, you know, with a disheveled face, and I'll have him reporting, like, hey, he really ran like a 4.7, man. You know, them clocks were wrong, you know. And then by the time he get to us, I be like, yeah, I got him.
Swallow that.
Yeah. That's what I would do. You know, I'm greedy. I be doing all type of stuff, man. His medicals was bad, man. Dude got double heart murmurs going on, man. I don't know, man. I don't think he can live past 25. All right. 4.48. Yeah. I don't know. What? That's the link right here. Okay, this the link. 4.48. T-Mac is a standout wide receiver, Arizona. 6'4", 219. 4.48. I mean, he was really slow, y'all. Let me see what they talking about. 7 hours ago. Arizona 444. Oh, here you go. Okay. All right. According to NFL Sports, Jordan Shorts McMillan's posted a 4.448, right? 40-yard dash. With 24 teams in attendance, the Draft Network, Ryan Fowler, added his 40-yard dash time range from 4.46 to 4.53. So he's a sub 4.4 guy, and that's what I would look at. And if I really want him, I'm saying to the highest heaven, man, he's 4.56, man. He's 4.53. He ain't really that good, you know. Yeah, he round his routes. And the contested catches, he kind of bobbled them balls a little bit. I don't think he would be a good prospect for us, you know. And then as soon as he get there,
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
with the 12th pick of the NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys select T-Mac, Arizona. That's exactly how they would do it, you know. People assumed that he was slower. Yeah. Now, my thing is, when you got a guy like that, I'm looking at tape and I'm seeing, like, okay, my natural instincts would say, he's tall, he's lanky. And then when I look again, I'm sitting here like, oh, them mittens, they grabbing on and they holding on to the ball. And he can catch the contested catches. But when I look at Matthew Golden, you know, what you see on tape is what you absolutely see. You know, you see a guy that can take the top off the defense, right? That speed is real. You can see him win on some when he's stacking, then he releases at the top of his route. But when I look at the top of his routes, Matthew Golden, you can knock him off of him. And if it's very much so contested, he ain't coming down with it. But if he's open a little bit, he'll get nasty with it with one hand, you know. So it's crazy how you can evaluate those. But then I look at Luther Burden. He's like a shorter Tet, you know what I'm saying? But he's not looking fast, but he gets separation, and then he can high point the ball even at his height. What's your thoughts on bringing in Joe Milton? Hey, cup of coffee is always warranted, you know, base. If he's free, but if it's a trade situation scenario, right? Wait a minute, Joe Milton, you talking about – I'm getting my Joes mixed up. Hey, man, it's always good, bro. If you're talking about that, you know, bringing in a quarterback like that, you know, it's always something that you have to look at. But I'm not looking for a quarterback until the later rounds. I'm looking for another Ben DiNucci, baby. I'm looking for getting lucky and hitting that stride of finding another diamond in the rough. That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to win. Nah. And if something happens, Cowboys got to stop being afraid that if something happened to your quarterback, there's a thing called, hey, we're going to get into this thing and just trade for, not trade your quarterback away, but just go bring in one. Bring in your trade for one. Cowboys shouldn't be running out here if we say that we're a quarterback away, allegedly, and keep starting your backups. No. Yeah. From the Patriots, that Joe. Oh, nothing wrong with. I heard that they out on him, and he got a rocket up for an arm. Just needs some development. So I mean, nothing wrong with that. I'll bring him in. Yeah, Isaiah Bond is a good wide receiver. He needs to stay healthy though. Yeah, he have his issues too. On tape, you know, he looks fast. The releases look good. Can he stay healthy? And for him to run for what he ran, people say, oh, that's slow. I said, man, damn, people saying 4.39s are slow nowadays. It's a weird world we live in. Yes, indeed. Boy, I'm telling you, it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Crazy world we live in right here. But, yeah, Tet is a guy that the Cowboys really need to consider and really pay attention to. I thought that this was a very heartwarming piece, and I thought that this was a great conversation about the head coach here. It's only like 50 seconds. I want to share this with you all. Here, let me know if you can hear it.
We were just talking off air about, I see a few tattoos you have. Tell me about your most important one. Yeah, so my son and he wanted to get a tattoo about 3 years ago, and I was like, if you're going to get one, maybe I'll go with you and try it out. And I got my first one. And for people that don't have them, they're addicting.
Yeah.
You get one, you start thinking about what the next one is. But probably my favorite one is on my wrist here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I call it my life license plate. So it's Tennessee, which is home, and then my wife's birthday, and then my son's birthday and my daughter's birthday. So I have it there. So if I'm watching film, usually I got my hand laying on the desk. I can kind of see it, and it reminds me that no matter how good things are, how bad things are, that I'm grounded with that life license plate.
I like that. He grounded, man. Appreciate my guy right here. The sentimental parts of it, we got us a real down-to-earth, wholesome coach, man. And when he's looking at film, he's looking at this life license plate, and he may make things happen for us, Y'all better watch out, man, with all of that. Yes, indeed. That was a very touching and very rewarding of to know that we have a guy of that kind of stature. How y'all feel about Shotty? It's been, a month or so now. How y'all feel about the direction of this team? How y'all feel? How we gonna go? Buddy Johnson, he says people are sleeping on Jadon Blue. Now, this my guy. Everybody needs a buddy. This is the Buddy Johnson that played for the Cowboys. But shout out to you. I think that Jadon Blue is a guy that got short area quickness, catch out of the backfield. When someone brought out the fact that Buddy that he had the same style and running capabilities of Jahmyr Gibbs, I like, man, all right. But I went and looked back at it. He got that. He'll be a great sneaky draft pick down the stretch, though. I wouldn't go too early. That's why don't get rooted. I hope not. We better not go into this year talking about we're grounded. Nah. Boy, we was uprooted last year. But I don't look, just leave the slogans alone. How about them Cowboys? This should be our slogan there. That should be our slogan. Like Cowboys, this should be our slogan. Not about we rooted, not cease everything. Shoot, we ceased everything until we got to the postseason, and we said, "Oh man, we fired." So no, I don't want no slogans for 2025. No all in, no all out. Oh man, we already got aggressively, selectively, aggressively, but aggressive, selectively, or selectively aggressive. Yeah, selectively aggressive. But no more slogans though. I don't want none. Come on with it. Come on with it, ladies and gentlemen. Trayvon will now be there in the round 3. Talking about Travion. You talking about the running back? Yeah. Indeed. All right, Cowboy Nation. I know it's the late night groove, but I wanted to jump in to give you guys those tidbits of information. Charles, he could be a guy. And as well as you look on this list right here, you see Ashanti Samuel Jr. I think that these two guys should be a good situation for us. But on our way out, let's play this one more time.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. Be sure, ladies and gentlemen, even on your way out, call Frenkel first. If you're ever in a fender bender, scrape your bottom of your feet somewhere at work, right? Hot coffee fall all over you. At work, they are the guys that you can reach out for to help things go the proper way. I was reading somewhere, true story, that someone went into the coffee lounge to get coffee at Starbucks, and they didn't have that caution while driving. It could spill, and this coffee is hot. That coffee spilled all over that individual while they were driving. They sued Starbucks for $50 million, and they won. Imagine that. Imagine that. Some of us are in those same predicaments, right? Just need to know who to reach out to. Not saying that you're doing it for the love of money. That person could be scalded for the rest of their life. Ah! Every time they see a cup of coffee, every time Law Nation do this, ah! You know, they have flashbacks of Starbucks falling into their laps. But now with $50 million, shoot, it helps soothes. It helps their mind get off of that burning sensation. But one thing I can tell y'all, that ladies and gentlemen, oh, you seen it, huh, Lola? That $50 million lawsuit. I said, let me get in on it. I drink coffee every day. And I got a Starbucks card. But some of us, we are scalded by the Joneses. Stephen Jones, or John Stephen Stephen Jones. We are scalded. And we can't sue the Dallas Cowboys. But the only thing that we can rest assured to ourselves is the movement in our hearts to continue to say that one day this team is going to propel itself in the right direction. Early in the morning tomorrow, we will have another show talking about some of these things, Cowboy Nation. But if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or lied about, don't deal in lies, or hate it and yet give way to hating, and don't look too good nor talk too wise, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your whole life for, broken, stooped, and built back up again with worn out tools. You have unlocked the true meaning of what it takes to be here right now, Cowboy Nation. But before we run on up out of here, be sure to tell Angie I'm about to sue Law for a short night stroke stream. She's on the phone with Frenkel and Frenkel. Come on, Angie, sometimes you got to do it a little quick way. Let me get on up out of here before the kids wake up. If you know what I mean. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, man.
Please come home.
What we got, baby?
I got beans and
Bologna. All right, one love. And let's get on up out of here. DC for life. Not for short. Boom. Roll those credits for me. Come on. Yeah.
I wake up,
Law.
some down that check, no drip this, tell him run it up.
Come on.
No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch.
Come on with it. Yeah. Shout out to your banks. Luxury. Appreciate y'all too. Come on with it.
No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell him run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely.
All right.
Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. thought I could trust you.
Sometimes you just got to give them a little tip. That's it. Come on, baby.
On that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
Shout out to you, Q.
First one in, the last one out, can't
Call me lazy.
Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, come on, let's get it.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now.
Until next time, DC for life. Peace.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. No drip, this. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. That's what the devil used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex,
come on.
Down now. No drip, this. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep,
until next time,
no
DC for life. If we offended anyone, you just offended tonight. Good night. You have a good night and a better tomorrow. Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might emotional damage.